What if I told you E.T., War of Worlds, and Catch Me If You Can all had underlying messages of Spielberg's broken family? We all know the sharks, aliens, and treasure hunters, but we don't know the heartbreak that created them. Welcome back. Today, we'll be looking into who Steven Spielberg really is, from his blockbuster adventures and heartwarming dramas to college rejection letters and failing sets. So let's go.
Must go faster.
Steven Allen Spielberg was born on December 18, 1946 in Cincinnati, Ohio, to Arnold Spielberg, an electrical engineer, and Leah Adler, a concert pianist. And for those that do remember the James Cameron video, his dad was also an electrical engineer. So if you ever want a child to make over-the-top million-dollar films, then become an electric engineer. You heard it here first. Anyways, the oldest and only son of 4 children, growing up, Steven already had a passion for storytelling and films at a ridiculously young age. As a child, he made short films using his dad's 8mm camera, sparking what would later become his legacy. But even someone as accomplished as Spielberg still had problems lying underneath. Now, if you've seen 2022's The Fabelmans created by Steven himself, then you'll know what I'm referring to. But for those who haven't, let's talk about it. Even though his upbringing sounded like a cushy sunshine and rainbows life, throughout his childhood, there were internal problems within his family. Not the least which included his mother's affair with his dad's best friend. And unbeknownst to him, the whole thing would heavily influence his future films. Great examples of this include E.T. and War of Worlds, which both themselves have themes of broken families. He wanted to use the films he made to cope with his childhood, but let's expand on his childhood a little more. Throughout his children to teen years, Spielberg moved a lot in the US due to his father's job, from Cincinnati, Ohio, to Haddon, New Jersey, and Phoenix, Arizona, where he started attending Arcadia High School, and at just 17 years old, he directed his first film, Firelight, a sci-fi adventure funded by his father, showcasing how driven he was with movie making. Even though Firelight technically only made $1 in profit, no, seriously, it only made $1 in profit, look. But that $1 high eventually came crashing down. By 1965, Steven and his family moved once again to Saratoga, California. And with the internal family problems boiling over due to his mother's affair, a year later, his parents divorced. And at only 19 years old, Steven left with his dad to Los Angeles, leaving his 3 sisters and mother behind. But the hardships only stacked after that. Spielberg applied to the University of Southern California to study film, and was immediately rejected due to poor grades, which is insane because they named a building after him decades later. But he dusted himself off and tried again, this time applying to California State University in Long Beach, where he finally got to study his passion. But we'll also come back to this, because he didn't even graduate until 2002, almost 38 years later. Even before graduating though, he was already making waves in the industry, with his early short film Amblin in 1968, and his TV work Duel just 3 years later. But it wasn't until 1975 that Spielberg had his big breakthrough, with the release of Jaws. The film completely changed the thriller genre and created the first known quote-unquote summer blockbuster. But the process wasn't a walk in the park. Even before the film came out, a lot of people were already calling Spielberg a failure. The shark animatronic named Bruce was faulty throughout the whole set. The film went way over budget and over schedule. It looked like the end was coming before he even got a chance to begin. But once it released, let's just say it was the first movie to ever hit 100 million in the box office. And the film won 3 Academy Awards the following year. So you can take a wild guess. Following this success, hits like 1977's Close Encounters of the Third Kind and 1981's Raider of the Lost Ark pretty much cemented his place as a world-class storyteller. But the ride didn't stop there. Spielberg's career exploded throughout the decades with movies like Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan, and Schindler's List, which he turned in as his final project to finally graduate his Bachelor's of Art in Film in 2002. See, I told y'all we'd come back to it. Today, Spielberg continues to create over-the-top films and inspire new creators. Known well for his philanthropy and preservation of history with the Shoah Foundation, he's won countless of awards, becoming an EGOT member in 2026. Not to overshadow him, but I also won an award once for storytelling in high school. Just saying. His recent project like Disclosure Day and an unnamed Frank Bullitt film prove that his passion for movies is as strong as ever. After all, he's a kid who turned a broken home into endless possibilities. Is there a favorite Spielberg film that has helped you go through a tough time? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, and thanks for film watching.